Birmingham Campaign. In April 1963, King and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference joined with Birmingham, Alabama's existing local movement, the Alabama Christian Movement for Human Rights, and a massive direct action campaign to attack the city's segregation system by putting pressure on Birmingham's merchants during the Easter season, the second biggest shopping season of the year. As ACMHR founder Fred Shuttlesworth stated in the group's Birmingham Manifesto, the campaign was, quote, a moral witness to give our community a chance to survive. The campaign was originally scheduled to begin in early March 1963, but was postponed until April 2nd when a relatively moderate Albert Boutwell defeated Birmingham's segregationist Commissioner of Public Safety, Eugene Bull Connor, in a runoff mayoral election. On April 3rd, the desegregation campaign was launched with a series of mass meetings, direct actions, lunch counter sit-ins, marches on City Hall, and a boycott of downtown merchants. King spoke to black citizens about the philosophy of nonviolence and its methods, and extended appeals for volunteers at the end of the mass meetings. With the number of volunteers increasing daily, actions soon expanded to kneel-ins at churches, sit-ins at the library, and a march on the county building to register voters. Hundreds were arrested. On April 10th, the city government obtained a state circuit court injunction against the protests. After heavy debate, campaign leaders decided to disobey the court order. King declared, "We cannot in all good conscience obey such an injunction, which is an unjust, undemocratic, and unconstitutional misuse of the legal process." Plans to continue to submit to arrest were threatened, however, because the money available for cash bonds was depleted, so leaders could no longer guarantee that arrested protesters could be released. King contemplated whether he and Ralph Abernathy should be arrested. Given the lack of bail funds, King's services as a fundraiser were desperately needed, but King also worried that his failure to submit to arrest might undermine his credibility. King concluded that he must risk going to jail in Birmingham. He told his colleagues, "I don't know what will happen. I don't know where the money will come from, but I have to make a faith act." On Good Friday, April 12th, King was arrested in Birmingham after violating the anti-protest injunction and was kept in solitary confinement. During this time, King penned a letter from Birmingham jail on the margins of the Birmingham News in reaction to a statement published in that newspaper by 8 Birmingham clergymen condemning the protests. King's request to call his wife, Coretta Scott King, who was at home in Atlanta recovering from the birth of their 4th child, was denied. After she communicated her concern to the Kennedy administration, Birmingham officials permitted King to call home. Bail money was made available, and he was released on April 20th, 1963.